Hey, welcome back. It's me, Mr. 4K. So, besides Spider-Man and Ghost of Yotei and Gran Turismo 7, I would say so far um, those three games have really impressed me. Assassin's Creed Shadows is good, but it wasn't as impressive as these, PlayStation 5 exclusives. Keep in mind, PlayStation 5 exclusives will always look the best on PS5 Pro because, you can't expect third-party developers to put too much, emphasis on using the PS5 Pro enhancements, while PlayStation Studios, they're strictly focused on using the enhancements of PS5 Pro. And of course, this game right here, um, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, it's no different, So we got a variety of different modes. We got Performance Pro, which gives you the smooth 60 frames per second, um, and it gives you a use of spectral super resolution. However, some ray tracing features are on, like ray trace reflections, okay? But you get a smooth 60 frames per second with some ray traced reflection, which is not bad, honestly. But if you want like the highest possible resolution with the highest possible ray tracing reflection, then there's a Fidelity Pro, which this is really intended um for those of you who want the eye candy. And I'm gonna keep it on Fidelity Pro, even though I know it's 30 frames per second, but I just want to kind of like go through it between those two modes really quick. Now, yes, it's 30 frames per second here, but the fidelity here, the detail, it's just amazing. And I'm recording this in 4K, and you guys will be able to see that here. On this video. This looks smooth. Very smooth, I have to say. But missing that 60 frames per second, obviously, it's a bit of a, trade-off here. But hey, if you want that, native 4K, high detail with all of the ray tracing set to high, then yeah, dude, this certainly, looks amazing. It looks like a Pixar movie. It really does. I'm sure you guys will see that on your 4K televisions. I hope you're watching this on the 4K on your TV, not on your phone, or your tablet. Like I said, this is great, for Fidelity Pro. Look at these reflections. This looks great. I still believe that Spider-Man is probably the best example of what PS5 Pro can do. But this is also another good example as well. I think Mark Cerny used Ratchet and Clank as that one example. But to me, Spider-Man 2, it's certainly the best example. Alright, so this is great if you are okay with 30 frames per second. With native 4K and all the ray tracing set to high. But let's switch to Performance Pro. So Performance Pro gives us a smooth 60 frames per second. Okay, and we have some all ray tracing features are on, including ray trace reflection. So this mode is recommended. This mode is recommended for everyone. So now we got 60 frames per second with all the ray trace. Now, what's the difference here? Well, the difference here is, yes, we have 60 frames per second. We have all the ray tracing turned on, but at a lower resolution. So the resolution is scaling not natively to 4K, but I don't know to what resolution, but it's a lower resolution. Still good, you know, but at a lower resolution. You can see the reflection there. Looks good. Hold on, let me see. Let's see something here. Visuals, Fidelity Pro. Okay, so this is Performance Pro. Hold on. All right, let's bring it back to Performance Pro. So this is 60 frames. So this is at a lower resolution, but oh yeah, this is certainly the best Fidelity Pro. Now I do notice that you know, the resolution and the textures are a little bit lower, but however,
or at least a very large octopus.
The trade-off is that, you know, it's 60 frames per second. I think it's great. Honestly, I think this is fine. Here's the thing, man. A lot of people say that they can tell a difference between native 4K or 1800p or 2160p. I cannot tell a difference, to be honest with you, because those are small nuances that it's really hard to see, to be quite frank. Yeah, this is great. This is amazing, dude.
Ship. We've got to find a way up there. The taxis leaving from that stand are driving right by here.
So Performance Pro is the best. This is the
Hey, when did you rebuild the Dimensionator? I have.
There's certainly where you want to be in Performance Pro.
I thought
and this is really great.
That's really thoughtful. But why don't we get it back from Nefarious first?
Wow. 60 frames per second, man, I just realized it's hard to go back to 30. Like, let's see it. Hold on. I don't want to restart the checkpoint, but yes, look, it's nice to have native 4K at 30 I mean, but see, that's the question. Yes, native 4K, it's nice. You got nice detail. You see a lot of, you know, vivid details. But 60 frames per second is, to me, a standard that you have to play these games, especially a game like this. You know. Oh, this is the guy where you can upgrade stuff and all that.
Ready to purchase, or just staying on top of the trends? This is Zircon. We'll see you back.
Like I said, Performance Pro is the best. Yeah, Performance Pro, and they even recommend the Performance Pro. Sure, Fidelity Pro. Fidelity Pro is great. Okay, and it's good that you can individually change the ray traced reflection and ray traced ambient occlusion. That's all fine and dandy. I like that. But still, you know, 30 frames per second. Like I said, I get it. I know you get native 4K at 30 frames, but man. This is going to be a problem for Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, to truly appreciate that vivid, beautiful city. Yes, I know it will look nice. sure, with higher textures and a little bit of a higher resolution, right? But if it's a 30 frames per second, it's going to suck. I'll be honest with you. 60 frames per second, it's a must have. I mean, in 2026, dude, like, and look, they even said right here, and you still have ray tracing. You just don't have ray traced ambient occlusion. Okay, that's what you don't have. But hey, those are small nuances. Ray traced ambient occlusion. It's a small little trade off. It's not like that you're going to notice it. But with the Performance Pro, you still get ray traced reflection at like a decent resolution. So 60 frames per second with ray tracing. Hey, dude, it's still great. I'm not complaining here. This is still amazing, and this shows you what PS5 Pro can do. To be able to have this game run at 60 frames per second with ray traced medium ray tracing at a decent resolution, let's say 1800p. That's just pretty good, man. Think about that. 1800p upscale to 4K with ray traced medium presets at 60 frames per second, and then you add HDR with a really good 4K TV, and the results will be amazing. So yeah, I mean, look. So where should you play this? Well, look, PS5 Pro plays these games better. And remember, that's what PS5 Pro is. It's an upgrade. And that's really what it is. It's not a next generation console like with RDNA 5, it's not a next gen console, but it's an upgrade that plays all of these games better. But in order for you to appreciate this upgrade, of course, you're going to need a really good 4K TV. That goes without saying, right? You will need a good 4K TV. But this is pretty impressive, dude. So what would I recommend? Oh yeah, listen, just like this is a great example. Checking out Spider-Man 2, even though I think Spider-Man 2 is the best example of PS5 Pro. Because of so many moving parts. It's a open world. It's in a New York City, and there's so many things going on with the reflections. So I would say, just like on a Spider-Man 2, just like on the Ghost GTA, just like here, Performance Pro is the best version. I think with every PS5 Pro enhanced game, you should always stick to the Performance Pro. Because the beautiful thing about the Performance Pro on both Spider-Man 2 and this game and Ghost of Yeti is you are getting a ray traced reflections with 60 frames per second, and that's pretty amazing. Even PC, NVIDIA's GPUs like 5080, they're still using deep learning super sampling and frame generation on to achieve ray tracing with a high frame rate. So same thing here. So for a console, this is pretty amazing, dude. So Performance Pro is obviously the best. Yes, resolution goes down to like, let's say 1800p or 1600p. It fluctuates, but hey, it's still great. That's still pretty high res upscaling and scaling that you're going to experience with the PS5 Pro. All right, so what I'm trying to say, this is impressive. And that's what I have found out. I have found out that the best way to experience these games, it's in a Performance Pro. So I would say always use Performance Pro. Ray traced 60 frames per second presets are the best, in my opinion. Oh, look at it. This looks amazing. Look at that. Ray trace reflection, lighting, and when you add a good 4K HDR TV, it looks even better. That looks amazing. All right, so I don't want to spend too much time here. I think I already kind of said enough regarding Performance Pro on Ratchet and Clank.
Rather painful.
And like I said, it looks great on a Performance Pro, and that's where I would keep it. I would keep it on a Performance Pro. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Like I said, I have so many PS5 Pro games to test, and so far, every game that I've tested, the conclusion is the same. Keep it at the Performance Pro, because that's the whole idea. It's 60 frames per second. You want to enjoy your 4K HDR TV with 60 frames per second and a high resolution of like 1600p or 1800p with ray traced reflection, and then also enabling 120 hertz variable refresh rate where it's available. All of this really adds to a better experience that you can't have on your regular PS5. So, this is the whole point of PS5 Pro, is to give you that little extra boost, right? So, and on top of that, you got 2 terabyte SSD, which really comes in handy. What I want to test next is Cyberpunk as well, Cyberpunk 2077. Sure, I want to test, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag as well, but that's coming later, But so far, I'm pretty impressed with what I have experienced with PS5 Pro. Like I said, Spider-Man 2, amazing. Ghost of Yeti, amazing. This game, of course, amazing. Even on the PlayStation VR 2, Gran Turismo 7 just looks amazing. And then even Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with the latest update 6 looks amazing. But yeah, this is great. Can't complain here. I mean, it's 60 frames per second with ray traced.
Take that, nefarious.
So great. All right, well, there you go. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And look, I'm not here like to sell you on the PS5 Pro. I'm just here to, give you my honest thoughts and opinions on it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that it's not worth it. I mean, there's certainly benefits to this console, okay? But to enjoy the benefits, as I said on previous videos, you're going to need a really good 4K TV that can take the advantage of all those, accolades that PS5 Pro can unlock, And before I go, the games play better. Honestly, that's what Sony should have marketed this console is. The games play better, and that's the whole point, really. The games, they play better, they look better, they play better, and that's honestly the whole reason why you're purchasing this console in the first place, because you want these games to play better and look better, and they will certainly play better and look better. Okay, we have seen that so far in 2 years, Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you guys watch this in 4K. This video is recorded in 4K. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.